Hopewell Rocks near Moncton. The tide is really low, so you could walk down there, but every day the tide rises really high and then gets down really low. Man, I'm such a tourist. It's so cool. Normally this is covered in water all day until now when the tide gets low. So many white people. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Man, that sucks. I was just looking in here and I saw a prairie dog, a little prairie dog fall right there. And then he scurried off. And I'm sure, I don't know if he's alive. Look, I told the guy, I'm hoping somebody will put him out of his misery, or maybe he just survived the fall. But look how big the fall is. Like literally from there down about, I don't know, what, 60 feet, and fell right in front of me and then scurried off. Man, I hate that shit. I hate when animals hurt themselves. I'm hoping he either got away and he's fine, or he's died 3 seconds after he scurried away. I just hope he's not there with broken bones. But I sent that guy there, so maybe if he's there with broken bones and injured, they'll do something. I don't know. I just can't stand that, and it kind of ruined my whole experience here. But other than that, it's beautiful. Man, that was crazy. Like the prairie dog just fell right in front of me. I was staring for a good 15 seconds. And I thought I felt rain coming, but I didn't think about it, but something was falling on my head, and it was something, rocks or something from up there, and I didn't think about it. It hit me on the forehead, and I saw something, and then within seconds, this prairie dog just fell 50, 60 feet, bang, right on the floor. And I looked at it, and he looked at me, and he kind of scurried away, and he looked fine, but like, I'm sure he broke legs or died. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's totally fine, and maybe he ran away and he's totally fine. And I don't want to turn this into some full-on hippie shit by quoting Ram Dass, but Ram Dass said to quiet your mind, open your heart, and make friends with suffering. And I think that was something like that. When you see something like that happen, it's kind of like a nudge to make friends with suffering. Like, this is shit that happens in life. Like, things that we don't agree with that make us sad happen in life. And if you don't make friends with suffering, you're gonna go through your whole life suffering. Sometimes you need those little nudges. And I think me watching that little guy fall down was a nudge to make me make friends more with suffering, and just accept it, and accept the fact that it's a normal thing. Like, this whole world doesn't work to please the human ego, and like most human ego would want all the animals to be happy and not plummet to their death or fall down 60 feet and break all of their legs. Like, most humans' egos don't want that to happen, but that does happen. Stuff like that does happen, and we have to accept that. I gotta be grateful for seeing that. If you keep seeing things like that over and over again, you could look at it and say, man, I've seen so much bad shit. This sucks. This world is horrible. Or you could say, I've seen both sides of this world, the negative and the positive. And you can accept that, you can accept balance. You can accept the balance, is what I'm trying to say. Accepting balance is a way healthier way to live than constantly searching for happiness and being super upset with suffering. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I love about exploring these backcountry roads, just driving down the road and coming across this. And like this stuff too. Like here's a barn with half a car in front of it. Like what's the story? I just want to know what the story is. What's in the barn? What happened to the other half? I just want to know the story. I was just driving by here and I noticed way down close to the edge of the water there were tiny people. Then I realized the tide is super low. I just met a couple and they told me that every 6 hours the tide comes all the way up here and then 6 hours later it goes all the way down there, and at new moons it goes all the way up to the road. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go check it out. Like look way out there, there's people. Look. I think I left that first antique shop where I bought the Superman lunchbox early today. I think I left there at 2 p.m. and I was an hour away from Fundy National Park where I wanted to go check out the waterfall. So in theory I should have been at the waterfall by 3 p.m. But I kept getting sidetracked by little shops and little things, and here we are. It's like, I think it's almost 8 p.m. I'm about 15 minutes away from the park and it's 8 p.m. So it took me 6 hours to drive 1 hour to get to the park, and I'm not even at the park. But you know, I get sidetracked by beautiful places like this. And hunting for he-men also sidetracks me too. Keep thinking about that prairie dog or hedgehog or whatever it is that just fell right in front of me. It was insane. It fell right in front of me. It was like 10 feet away from me. Poor little guy. I hope you're doing well. I hope your little prairie dog bones absorbed that shock of that fall and you scurried off to back to your family. If not, I hope you're dead. One of the two. I just hope you're not curled up in a corner. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to even think about it. You're happy right now, or you're dead. One of the two. I wish you death. Or I wish you death or happiness, my little friend. I just did it. I just ran away from suffering. Yeah, make friends with suffering. Make friends with suffering. Shake a selfie stick. What am I doing? Yo. I'm a guy in the middle of this beach in New Brunswick alone who lives in a van, shaking a selfie stick and saying, make friends with suffering, make friends with suffering. I was like a fucking maniac. Just woke up at the free campsite, the Shire, that I stayed a few nights ago. Yeah, yesterday the plan was to go to Fundy National Park and check out this waterfall and just walk a few trails, but got sidetracked by a bunch of different things and I never made it. So I'm about 40 minutes away from there right now. So I'm gonna go take a drive, check it out, find some adventure today. Nicely paved roads are nice, but nothing beats a good, bumpy, noisy back road. Definitely gonna find something cool along this back road. We'll see. I knew knew I'd find something cool. So happy I took that dirt road, and I knew, I called it too. I called it. I said, I know I'm gonna find something cool along this dirt road, and I did. We're in the box here. The tackle box. With a bunch of fishing stuff, so if you want to go fishing, you're more than welcome. People in New Brunswick are so nice. It's crazy. That's so cool, man. But not much of a fisherman. So I'm driving down this little road and I see this stream, and I think right there, if I could get down there, it looks like a perfect spot to make some breakfast. Love this little thing. Really compact. I got it on Amazon for about 20 bucks. Go. Got fire, baby. Oatmeal. Throwing some raisins. And I got a mix of almonds, pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds. Throw that in there too. Had to run back to get the dates in the car. Cut up about 6 dates. It seems like my rule of thumb for anything date related is to have 6 dates. Even in life, even with girls, 6 dates is a healthy amount of dates. Then after 6 dates, most of the time in my life, the relationship's over. Not all the time, but peanut butter. I was at a little market the other day, found some honey. Throw that in there. This is always messy. You can't get out of this not messy. Ah, shit. Now there's too much. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Always a mess. You know that little bear? Put the honey in the little bear that you squeeze out. That little bear is a good entrepreneur. He knew that if you put a honey in him, you could charge twice the amount of honey for honey in a jar, just for the fact of the simplicity that you could squeeze it out. He was onto something. Sometimes you gotta pay more for the convenience of squeezable bears. Aw, man, there's already little bugs in my honey. Oh, sorry, dog. Oh. There. Got it. All packed up from lunch. I'm headed out. I was washing my dishes in that river and it's really cold. So I've come to the conclusion that I will not be bathing in the cold river today, simply for the fact that I'm trying to avoid something I like to call dinky chillage. About 20 minutes drive, no, 10 minutes drive from that little place where I made oatmeal. I saw a sign that said Dobson Trail, and it turns out that Dobson Trail is a trail I gotta walk to get to Lowrey Falls. Those falls that I've been trying to get to since yesterday morning. Finally made it about 30 hours later than I was supposed to. So I was just telling this story to my friends in Moncton about how When I was a kid, ooh, a little mushroom. What's up, buddy? When I was a kid, between the ages of around 6 years old and 12 years old, I only watched 2 movies. And I had this VHS cassette that had The Wizard of Oz. And then when that ended, Alice in Wonderland. And I'd watch this cassette. It was the only thing I watched other than, like, you know, the Muppet Show at night. More mushrooms. Muppet Show at night, or, you know, Saturday morning cartoons for the whole week. I'd just pop into this cassette. After school, I'd watch a half hour of it, go eat dinner, go play outside, come back in, watch 40 minutes of it. And I'd constantly just be watching these 2 movies from the age of 6 till about 12. 13. The only other movie I'd watch whenever I'd go to rent a movie with my mom, I'd always rent the exact same movie. I would rent American Ninja 2. I've never even seen American Ninja 1. For some reason, I'd only rent American Ninja 2. Anyway, American Ninja has nothing to do with this story. Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz. I think because I watched that movie every single day, those movies every day for 6 years of my life, I've become obsessed with little foresty scenes like this, you know, because of Alice in Wonderland. And Wizard of Oz was slightly foresty. I don't know, there's just something, the fantasy land foresty that I programmed myself to be obsessed with. So I always feel like Alice in Wonderland. And this little creek, see this? Like, this is where I would love to build a little house, you know, under the rocks, under the trees, I don't know, somewhere around there. It's really funny that I mentioned the Alice in Wonderland thing and my obsession with forest while I'm in New Brunswick, in a forest in New Brunswick, because also from those same ages, 6 to 12, I used to come to New Brunswick every summer. And me and my friend Kurt, who I just visited in St. John, which is half the reason why I came out here, we used to go in my grandfather's backwoods, and we would hang out in a forest just like this and make little tiny forts. I remember 2 spots in those woods where there were little caves like that, and we'd build little forts in the caves, and I was obsessed with it. I was like, oh, I'd love to live in something like this one day. Still feel like that to this day. People, which means the waterfall's probably there. The weird thing is that there were no cars parked, so I guess there's another entrance to this spot where people could get in. Oh yeah, I hear more water now. Must be getting close. I've been walking about an hour in the woods. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here, I just crossed there. Dobson Link, that's where I parked. It took me an hour to walk there. And now Lowrey Falls, 2.5 kilometers that way. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to walk 2.5 kilometers, but let's find out. really cold, but I feel like I have to do it. You know when they say it's really cold, but then when you stay in for a while, it gets warmer? It doesn't get warmer at that spot. It stays cold the whole time. It's crazy. And now I gotta start the hour-long hike to get back to the car. All right, so this is my dream home. Middle of the woods. It's got a babbling brook not far and a waterfall, 2 stories. This is my dream home. Beautiful trail, beautiful falls. Now I'm off to, I don't know, I'm going that way. At one point I want to go to my grandfather's old land where he lived, and I want to go to those backwoods where me and my friend Kurt used to build forts in rocks. So that's the plan. The plan is to go there now, but who knows what I'm gonna do between, you know, I might be there in 2 days. I don't know, it's only like an hour and a half away, but who knows? Maybe I'll probably find more antique shops or it's something, I don't know. But so that's the plan, let's see what happens. So I'm driving down this bumpy dirt road and I just thought of something. That groundhog or whatever the hell it was that fell right in front of me, even if he was completely fine and he got away with no broken bones, he ran away, and that tide goes up like 50 feet within like 6 hours or something. So he would have been stuck unless he took the stairs to go back up. And what are the chances? Like, so that guy's definitely dead. Because that tide goes up. The tide, there's no way to get out of there unless you take the human stairs or you know how to fly. So unless he, you know, whatever, he doesn't fly. So he is dead. He's dead. My sweet little baby fallen groundhog angel is dead. I knew it. Sidetracked again. Let me go check this spot out. Let's go explore. Hey, you. You for sale? All right, later. Glass and brass. I bought the book. I think half the reason why I like going to these places is just to look around. It's like little mini museums for me. And, all right, let's see what my next adventure is. See if I make it to my grandfather's place. Found this little yard sale. She doesn't have anything I want, but I was talking to her for 5 minutes. She seems pretty interesting, so. You have a good one. Okay. She says that she told me that she's a quarter American because her mother was born in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Her mom was born there, so that makes her a quarter American. She also said that last night around this area there was a break-in and somebody stole her pills from her car and her last $170 from in her house. Sad. I would have bought something off her, but there was really nothing I wanted. You know what's way cooler than finding this book in New Brunswick? Finding Springfield in New Brunswick. It's been here the whole time. I had no idea. This was my grandfather's best friend's land. They had the garden right here. He lived up there. We used to pick peas and eat them, and the people living here now are growing peas and letting me pick them and eat them. Life is good. I think that concludes the New Brunswick adventure. So that's it. How do I end this? The way that all YouTube people end things. To click the likes button. I can't even say it right. I'm not good at YouTube. Subscribe and all that. Thank you.